Good evening.
Good evening.
That was really formal.
That was very deep, wasn't it?
Good evening.
We thought we'd do another one of these.
Yeah, we did get few nice comments, good feedback on the last one. So we thought we might just turn the camera on again for another Saturday night here. Saturday night cook, weekend cook. What are you making for us tonight?
I think I want to preface this by saying this stuff's not fancy cooking. This is real cooking, I guess. This is what we normally had.
It's the best cooking.
Before we made YouTube videos for a living. So tonight I'm making a one pot chicken bean thing. I've made this dish, I don't know.
One pot wonder.
One pot wonder, like a million times. And there's no recipe for it. There never will be a recipe for it. It's like what veg you have in the fridge, what protein you have. So I've got chicken. I actually just remembered that I have some lamb in there that I thought I was going to use, and I forgot, and I brought chicken, but that's okay.
I feel like your common protein for the one pot wonder is always chicken. We ate it a lot in Melbourne. It's a great winter dish.
Yeah. It's supposed to be winter here now. It's not really that cold yet, but
it still works all season round. And it's a dish that you used to make me when you were traveling.
Meal prep dish.
Yeah, so when Andy used to travel a lot and have to go away for a week, he would just make a big pot of this and I would just have it for lunch and dinner that entire week. So it's a really good dish to reheat and have throughout the week.
I used to travel a lot in my last proper job. I think my record was 102 flights in 1 year for work.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot of flights.
Yeah.
That's nothing to be proud of either, by the way. That wasn't fun travel. But a general rule of thumb for this is some kind of protein, or not. You can just use the beans as your protein. Garlic, onions, tinned beans. I like these ones, not sponsored. Bullotti beans. Tinned tomatoes. I like using smoked paprika, olives. That's it. Other than that, it's kind of a choose your own journey. But even the olives, they're not like a must-have. They're just a nice to have. But I'm just going to start by prepping all the veg, because then once I start cooking, you can just focus on cooking. Not that there's heaps to do. And hot tip, always have a rubbish bowl nearby instead of walking to the rubbish bowl.
Yeah, you use that a lot now.
Yeah, it's mine.
It's a good tip.
It's a good tip. What are you drinking, Caitlin?
I'm drinking a pinot tonight, and that's because I opened it up last night, so this is a continuation of last night's wine. I'll show you the bottle. Which one's going to be easiest?
Yeah, that one maybe.
I don't know, is that all good?
Yeah, go to that one. Last week we did this. I put one of our old cameras on. This week I went fancy and put 3 cameras up.
Now I have to try and edit that, and my editing skills is very, very basic, so we'll see. But this is a really nice Pinot that I picked up last time we were in New Zealand. We were there for, you were doing an event, you were doing a cooking demo with Sammy Sweetheart at the Marlborough Food and Wine Festival.
That's correct.
And the day before the event, we had an entire day off. And luckily, Sammy knows me way too well, and so he just took us to a couple of wineries to start before taking us to a really nice meal.
Excuse me.
So this is one of the wineries we went to. So it's hard to pronounce, but to foryou, is that right? I think it's right. So out in the Marlborough region, we went in there, and the owners were actually away at that time. They were in Australia. We met Lucy, who was working, who works there on the vineyard, and she was running the cellar door that day. Awesome. And I think, I don't know, she pulled out so many wines for us to taste. So I ordered couple of whites and this.
A couple of whites.
Okay, 10 whites, and then 5 bottles of this Pinot, which is it's called the Claven, so it's one of their single vineyards. It's really nice, it's pretty special, and I think this is the first bottle I've opened since coming back here, and it just reminds me of our little impromptu wine tasting there with you, me, and Sammy, and it was really just me drinking the wines with Lucy. So
Sammy was working.
Sammy was working, and he doesn't drink, but so that's what we're drinking tonight. Yeah. And I'm sure it will still work with this dish.
And is it okay to keep wine open overnight, Caitlin?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely okay. I do have a wine fridge, which I know most people don't. I've never had one. This is the first time I've had one. Every other appliance in this place is Andy's. So the wine fridge is my only one appliance. And it is good because just storing those wines overnight. As long as, I mean, if you're going to half drunk it, you can definitely, you know, it'll keep a day or so. Same with whites, you just put it back in the fridge. The reds you can, depending on what the temperature is. It's really hot here in Queensland, I might put the red in the fridge and then I'll just bring it out, you know, an hour before I drink it, just to bring down that temperature. But yeah, you can definitely keep it a couple of days. Just keep it until it starts smelling like and tasting like vinegar. And then you know you hand it off to Andy to cook with it.
As the great Keith Floyd said, if you wouldn't drink it, you shouldn't cook with it.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Because you are meant to cook with, like, decent, not
palatable wine, shall we say?
Yeah. And do you pick a wine from the region of the dish that you are cooking from?
I guess inherently maybe, but I don't really think about it much.
Don't go that granular?
No, I think if you're making like a sauce, like a red wine sauce, then you're probably going to want something, you know, like a Shiraz or something with some body. Mm-hmm. Something, you know, what else has got big bodied?
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Cabernet Sauvignon, yeah, something like that. If you're doing like a gastrique, like a white wine gastrique, you probably want something, it depends on what it's for, but yeah, I guess you do. Well, maybe not. I guess you probably don't think about it regionally, probably more just about whether it's like a dry wine or a sweet wine.
What's a gastrique? It's a dish?
No, it's like a base of a sauce or like
okay.
It's like a wine and vinegar reduction.
Okay.
It's a fancy French term.
There you go.
There you go. How's your week been so far? So far, it's almost over.
Yeah. Good week. Normal week.
Good week.
In the office all week. Although Monday was a public holiday here, so
The week went fast, didn't
it did go really fast. But yeah, I feel like it was a good week. How was your week?
Yeah, it went really fast. I feel very lethargic today. I trained a lot.
Yeah.
I ran a lot.
Yeah.
I'm being lazy and just like running my whole knife through my time. But that's okay. Instead of just picking it.
Right, okay. Still works?
Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, good fit. I felt quite lethargic today, but that's all right.
Maybe it's because you didn't do any exercise this morning.
Maybe.
There you go. You going for a run tomorrow?
Oh, well, I'll do 12Ks tomorrow, I think.
12Ks. In Palmwoods?
No, I'm going to
You don't want to run up and down the hills?
No, I don't. You just told everybody where we live, Caitlin.
People know where we live.
There you go, that's the veg done.
It's quick.
Fennel, nice and big. They'll sweat down nicely. Save the fronds for the top. A yellow capsicum, red onion, a whole lot of garlic, some olives. Laughing. Time to cook. I like using a big Dutch oven like this. Get some heat on there. This thing's going to go. Oh no, it's all right. Good glug of olive oil. And then we'll just start throwing stuff in. What we're not going to do is be fancy and like, you know, put the onions in, let them get colour, take them out. Put the next thing in, let them get colour, take them out. That's not what this is about.
Just everything goes in at the same time?
No, not at the same time. You build layers, but yeah, I'm not like super obsessed about getting like perfectly browned chicken breasts.
Okay.
Anyway. And I'm drinking a pineapple sparkling water by Strange Love. Also not sponsored, but I do drink about 30 of these a day. So.
We go through, because I'm the one that orders them now, we go through about 10 cases a month, which sounds crazy, but it does go through the entire team.
It's not just me.
It's what everyone drinks at lunch, and then I think when Andy and Mitch are filming, they go through about 3 or 4 during their filming. So everyone loves this. We love a sparkling water here. They're great flavors.
3 calories.
3 calories, and yeah, just I like just normal still water, but it is nice to mix it up.
I like.
Andy's always been a sparkling water guy.
I think it's the restaurant industry. It's always like, I don't know. I've always drunk sparkling water.
Yeah, but you don't really drink still water unless you're working out. I've always found that really strange, just because if you're really thirsty, you really want sparkling water.
Do I want it?
Yeah.
No, sometimes.
Does it not quench your thirst the same way like your still water does, your tap water?
I think if you're really gassed, tap water just goes down faster.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. No judgment. You can drink as much sparkling water as you like.
Sounds like you're being judged.
No judgment.
All right, we do want to get some heat in this pan before we start throwing things in. Because it's cast iron, it will conduct slowly, but once it's got the heat in there, it'll be fine. What have you found?
Just a bit of time.
Cool. See you later, alligator.
Extra time. So what'd you learn this week? Andy?
She's playing me at my own tricks. That's my favourite question.
It's his favourite. He used to ask it to me every day coming home from work. What did you learn today? And you know what? There's some days you don't learn anything, so it's always tough. So what did you learn this week?
Nothing.
Nothing. You learned nothing.
No, I'm going deep on a few subjects at the moment, like thumbnail and titles for YouTube. Is something that's, I think historically we've not been bad at it, but we've not like paid enough attention to it, and it's really important.
Like the strategy beforehand, and how it plays into the hook, or
yeah. And I think it's like, because I always kind of say like, our YouTube channel is about like just inspiring people to cook better food and cook dishes they haven't normally cooked. So I guess it's kind of educational as opposed to, I don't know, entertainment. But I don't know. It's still, the reality is that it's still a business what we do, and we need people to click on the videos so we can make them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of fascinating. It's probably really loud. Sorry about that. That should calm down. So. Reading a lot, listening. I don't really read much. I listen to books a lot about that. What else? I guess, I don't know. I don't know how much to divulge.
You can save something for next week.
Yeah. No, it's not that. It's just like.
Yeah, how much do you want to share?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's good. One's enough.
I like to go deep on a subject before I have an opinion on it, I guess. I don't know, there's a lot of noise on the internet, isn't there?
Yeah.
I know how to cook, so I'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't know much about much else, so I'll leave that for the experts in those fields.
Yeah. Oh, it smells good already.
Ah, the old onion trick, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, Tim Lingard would know about that.
Onion.
All right, that's just the onion and the capsicum in there. I'm gonna get the chicken in now. That's about 1 kilo of chicken, and that'll do us. Well, this will do us for maybe 2 or 3 meals. I do kind of eat a lot of protein. Caitlin not so much, but I try and eat like 200 grams of cooked chicken in a sitting if I can. So I'm just going to mix.
How much do I eat?
I usually eat about 150, 140 grams. Yeah, and the other thing I am going to get in there, which I probably should have done before, to be honest, is the fennel. Fennel is quite fibrous and it takes a while to break down. So let's get that in there.
It's my favourite. I love fennel. And I actually don't think I had eaten it before I met you.
Really?
I mean, it's not that surprising. I wasn't really into my food before I met you.
Yeah. I really haven't done a great job of that. I literally just shoved everything in, but that's okay. That fennel's going to be a bit chunky.
That's all right.
That's all right.
I don't mind country fennel.
So I'm going to mix that around. Season it with some salt. And then just kind of leave it and not stir it too much. Because the more you stir, but you do want to stir it a little bit because you want it to cook evenly, but if you just keep stirring it and stirring it, you're not going to have any chance of any kind of colour or flavour developing. So, done. I am going to put this in here too. Mm-hmm. It's quite a lot of time, but that's all right. We'll save the olives right till the end, just because you know, these are not expensive olives, cheap olives, but they'll break down pretty quickly. We don't want them to turn to mush.
Tasty.
Mm. Those are calamata.
Yum.
So what did you learn this week, Caitlin? Ooh. So you thought to ask me that question, but you didn't think to...
No, I didn't get that far. It's funny when you ask that. I'm sure I learnt a lot this week, but things struggle to come to mind. I am reading Stephen Bartlett's new book at the moment, Diary of the CEO. And it's interesting how he's written it. It's quite easy to read because they're all really short chapters and there's rules, and each rule has, I don't know, a couple of pages to it, and it's kind of things that he's taken almost from all the guests that he's interviewed over the past however many years. So some really interesting
takes.
Just ways to approach business and leadership and brands and marketing. You know, I think one of the pieces I just read was about how brands that are really disruptive with their marketing or their approach, actually the ones that do quite well because you remember them. So things that, he was talking about how books that had the swear word in it, so you know, the subtle art of not giving a fuck, how well that sold.
It's a family show, we don't swear on our channels, Caitlin.
Sorry guys. How well that sold because it had that swear word, and it kind of created this impact. While you might have a lot of the audience hate that was in there, there was this big audience that absolutely loved it, and that's one of the reasons it did well. And then talking about if you just like play it safe and just do the same safe marketing message that hopefully the majority will be happy with, kind of don't really make an impact as a brand. So it's really interesting to sort of see how, you saw it in that sparkling water in US as well. What is it called? Liquid Death?
Liquid Death, yeah.
Like, that's a brand that's hard to forget, and they've got really interesting marketing tactics. So that's kind of what I was just looking at. Yeah. And then we are having a little Europe trip in July. We are. I've booked the flights. You are coming. So Andy and I are going. We're going to spend a week in London for work stuff, but then I think we're going to spend a week in Sicily. So I've just been spending my evenings watching YouTube videos and reading stuff about different areas in Sicily and the food and some of the wine as well. So if anyone has any recommendations, I was also tossing up between Sardinia, but I don't know, I feel like I'm landing on Sicily, but.
Sicily's the one, is it?
I think so, because we've got a week, and I'm already doing Puglia 2 weeks before with my sister, so, and I've already done North Italy. I feel like the south is kind of where
So
I just want to be, and I want to be near the coastline. Anyway, but if anyone has any recommendations for Sicily or areas that we should go check out, let us know.
I'm excited to get back to London. I lived in London, as most of you probably know, for like 7 years. I haven't been back since I left. So I am super excited to get back to London. So it's been...
Me too.
How many years since I lived in London?
Well, we've been together for 10. And you're in Melbourne.
So it's
you're
like
in
13.
Australia a couple of years before that.
12, 13 years since I've been there. Which is just a long time. A lot's happened in England in that time. Brexit, all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah.
COVID.
Where are we going to go there? We've got a week. We've got a week.
I think with the whole London scene's, like restaurant scene, which have changed drastically since I've been there.
Oh.
It's an interesting sound, isn't it? Yeah, lots of good restaurants I want to eat out there though.
Yeah.
I haven't really talked about what I was doing this whole time, but I basically threw everything in the pot. I did what I said I wasn't going to do. Started cooking it down. Then I added some smoked paprika, one of my favorite spices of all time. Get good quality smoked paprika too. Hot tip, you can't get good quality smoked paprika from the supermarket. If you want good quality, I just got myself in the eye. If you want good quality stuff, you probably have to get it online unless you live in a metropolitan city like Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne. In which case you will be able to find it in some of the specialty shops. I get mine from, in Australia, it's a shop called Essential Ingredient. They have a good one.
It's a fancy store.
It's a fancy store, it's not cheap, the smoked paprika, but it makes a big difference. You don't need much of it, you know. It's one of those ingredients that I do highly encourage people to spend some money on, because, you know, I think the one that I get's about, it's about 15 bucks. Which is expensive, right, for a spice, but you get a decent sized jar of it. I'll find it.
Where are you going?
I'm running away.
Okay.
I think I have some.
Okay.
Oh, I don't. I do.
It's got some for you.
This is the one that I like. It was... Yeah,
It's a cute jar.
it's like 15 bucks, I think. But that's maybe 16 bucks, but that's
It's a lot.
175 grams. That's a lot. That'll last me like 6 months, and I use heaps of it. So
You can smell it.
yeah, it smells so much better. But this is looking pretty good. It's really not a complicated recipe. And then once the chicken's cooked, like you could probably eat that now. I'm going to cook that a little bit longer just because I want the fennel to break down a little bit. And I've got to heat my beans up.
And if you're not a seasoned cook,
Yep.
how will you know the chicken's cooked?
Oh, the
break open a piece?
easiest way is to just pull a piece out
Yeah.
and have a look.
Oh yeah.
It's cooked.
Cooked.
Beans in. Again, yeah, hot. Again, those beans are, they're tinned beans, so they're cooked. They just need to be heated through. Great source of carbohydrate, also full of protein. I can taste from that chicken that this needs a bit more seasoning. There's a lot of food there, so don't be shy with salt. Good pinch of salt. Some pepper. This is the best pepper grinder I've ever had. It's called the Pepper Cannon. Not sponsored, but they did send it to me. And it's really expensive. I can't remember off the top of my head how much these things cost, but they are not cheap.
Didn't you just change like how coarse
Yeah,
it
you
is?
can change how coarse it is there. It's really easy to, oh, almost lost it. It's really easy to fill up. But yeah, it was, I think I did look at it and
I guess like,
it's like a couple $100,
Yeah.
like expensive, but
yeah.
if you're someone that likes pepper and uses a lot, it's probably a worthwhile investment. I've had that one for like 3 years and it hasn't skipped a beat. All right, I'm going to turn this down, just let this just simmer with the lid on for 5 minutes, just to make sure that those beans are hot. And then we'll shove our olives and our fennel fronds in there. We'll be laughing. Oh, I forgot to say as well, make sure I put a leek in there, and I cut the leek up. Make sure you rinse your leeks really well because they are always full of dirt.
Do you know what else you should rinse really well that Andy doesn't?
Don't call me out.
It's a pet peeve of mine. So you know the bags of spinach you get from the supermarket? So the baby spinach, rocket. I eat a lot of baby spinach. I have it with my breakfast. Or Andy uses it in a salad. And I know that the packet says washed and ready to use, but twice I have found a moth in those packets. So you have to rinse them, and he never rinses them. So he feeds me a salad, and I am grateful.
Caitlin's calling out the big supermarkets here.
All I can think of when I'm looking at this baby spinach in my salad was like, oh, he hasn't washed this. There's definitely some little moth dust on these leaves. So I've been scarred. Okay.
Big supermarkets.
Sorry.
Watch out, Caitlin's coming for you. Or any. I mean, I'm guessing the supermarket. I wonder who bags that stuff. I'm guessing it's not the supermarkets.
I don't know, but it'd just be done in big batches. So the moths are just sneaking in there. I get it. They sneak in with my washing sometimes.
Oh yeah. See, I'm scarred because I keep pulling t-shirts out and there's a moth on it.
That's not.
Stop swearing.
Don't lie. That doesn't happen.
It does.
I put your clothes away. I would know if there's a moth in there. Anyway, that's my rant for the day.
What are you doing tomorrow, Caitlin?
I did all the housework today. I did the vacuuming and the mopping, and there's more washing. I did. Wait. I need to do washing tomorrow. And then I'll probably just do more Europe research and, I don't know, just read. Sunday's a chilled day. I don't really want to do much, so.
You have to edit this.
I need to edit this. And last week's was only 1 camera, and so this is 3. So it'll probably take me a little bit longer.
Nah, it's easy.
Nah, it's
easy. As long as one of these hasn't overheated, because sometimes these guys overheat.
They all look like
they look like they're still recording.
Can't really see that one though.
I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, so that'll be my Sunday. I don't know, what does everyone else do on Sunday? I feel like Sunday is it's a chill day, right? What are you doing? Are you going for a run?
Yeah, I'll run in the morning and then I need to do some planning for next week, but nothing too crazy. We are away next weekend, aren't we?
We're away Thursday, Friday. We come back Saturday morning, okay. So we'll be here for most of the weekend. Yeah, we're going to Sydney.
Go see my mate Dylan in the Rocky Horror Show.
Yeah, that'll be good. I'm excited to see him.
And what's the other event we've got?
The what?
What's the event that we've got?
So Boss Hunting, which is a men's online publication here in Australia, they are bringing out their first print magazine, which they interviewed Andy. So there's an article in there about Andy and about, I don't know, things that he cooks, I guess. Anyway, so they're having their launch event for the first print magazine. So we're going down there. That's Thursday night. So go down there for that and then see Dylan on Friday night. And meet the other Andy, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. There's another, if you're not from Australia, you might know him anyway. There's a very famous chef. His name's Andy Allen. He was on the MasterChef contestant of many years ago. Not calling him out for being old, it's just true. He's now a MasterChef judge. I've never met Andy, but we often get confused because we're both Andy's and we're both
Andy's
chef.
that cook. So sometimes when people are writing about this Andy, they'll use a photo of Andy Allen or vice versa. So it's quite funny. These are big bowls.
You look hungry.
I am hungry. It's Andy's favorite type of bowl. Little green rim.
I'm really into the
bistro style.
Bistro style at the moment. There's a lot of food in this pot.
I'll eat it.
You'll eat half of that and then be like, I'm full.
Do you know what dish that we really like? And you've made it. That is from Sicily.
What?
Caponata.
Ah. And cannoli.
I learned that this week.
Cannoli's Sicilian, isn't it? Sicilian?
They have it there. I don't know if it's from there. You guys can let us know.
Is cannoli from Sicily?
And there was this other dish that I found, which is gremolata. It kind of just looks like sorbet, and then they put like a cream on top, and then you eat it with brioche bread. Sounds so good. So naughty. It's a big bowl that you've made yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I reckon it's going to be really hot.
It's steaming.
Good though.
You had a chef's mouth though. Chef's mouth and chef hands can deal with high temperatures.
It's that good quality paprika, I swear. There's nothing else, no other spices with it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like homely.
Very homely. I think I'm gonna go sit on the couch and eat this for like, slowly, for like an hour and watch YouTube.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks for tuning in. If you don't subscribe, maybe try, maybe don't. This is kind of fun.
Yeah, this is a nice, I don't know, I like these. These are just a little bit more fun and
very different to
I hope you guys enjoy them and I don't know, let us know what you had for dinner on Saturday night. I don't know when this will come out, probably Monday morning, depending on where you are in the world.
Your project.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone enjoy their weekend.
Enjoy your Sunday. Peace.